Everyone in YouTube world. Alright. This is a CRX with a motor I am not familiar with. No, but seriously, it has a b18 b1 swap in here. Long story short, there were a lot of fuck-ups. So this is, I don't normally do these type of jobs because of a plethora of reasons, because I just like to get things done with, out the way, but this guy loves this fucking car to death. It's been so long since he had it running, and I want to see it run. I love these motors. The relationship with us is bittersweet. And so this is my first official swap job. Well, I'm not doing a swap. Swap is already done. I'm just going to, how can I say, freshen up the swap. Yeah, because there were a lot of discrepancies. Being from, he literally welded the motor mount to the frame and the bolt that's going to the transmission, and the bolt in the back, the mount in the back for the transmission mount is welded literally to the frame. That type shit. This shit right here, that type shit. You see what I'm saying? So this is the thing. There are a few plans going on with how he want to address this. My main thing is, like, let me get the superficial stuff taken care of. Let's get this running. If it runs, then I can have a clear mind with the PCM being proper, proper fuel channels, proper. I have good communication to some degree. So if I can get this running, then I can work on fixing the mounts and get everything cleaned up and neatened up. So this is going to be a series of videos trying to get this up and running, this being the intro and hopefully the first startup. How I'm going to start this, you say, when it doesn't even have wires, a distributor. Well, allegedly, the guy supposedly rebuilt the motor. I'm not worried about, what else is out of time or anything. I know what I needed, a distributor, and some wires, and we got that. Home Slice brought it today, so it's a great thing. So we can start this shit. We can get this on the road here and go from there. So I'm going to get the distributor in here, pull the plugs out, inspect the plugs. I threw some old plugs away that I changed out of a car that looked very good. Long story. But I'm going to pull those out, make sure the porcelain's not crap for me, just disposing of them, and insert those. Those will fit. Those are BKRs. And see if we can get this thing to hit. And who knows, it might start. One thing I will be doing is repairing the brake system. Also, the brakes don't work. There are no brakes. There's a missing CV axle. There's a lot going on here. So this is gonna be pretty interesting. But this is gonna be part one. Let's see if we can get this thing to hit, and let's see what we can do with this Civic, and it's getting it running. So when it leaves here within the next 2 months, which is my projected time frame, I want to get this car done within 2 months. Then, my boy can get his car running, and he can be happy with a smile on his face from ear to ear, driving his swap Civic. So let's get a distributor in there. Let's get those plugs out. Let's see if I can get this thing to hit. What the fuck is this? What does this go? Alright, this is the coolant temp sensor, temperature in unit. Bam. Oxygen sensor. EGR, which is not that serious. It'll still start up. Got it. This is the main thing I need here. This is the reverse, the transmission. These are the main things we want. So, yowza. Alright, let's see if I can get this first time. Yeah, I was trying to figure out which motor was swapped in here, and it actually came out of a 91 model Integra. How I know? Because I had a lot of Integras. So, I'm not gonna worry about holding it in place. Unfortunately, all the distributors I have laying around wouldn't fit this because I have an OBD1 system. This is an OBDO. That's okay. I know how to fix. I'm not gonna. I'll get it. I already tried to start the motor up, sorta, and it hits. It sounds like one of the cylinders don't really have that much compression. It's questionable. They're filed out. Let's find some spark plugs. How things going up at the store?
Huh?
How things going at the store?
Good. Joel's not working there anymore.
What do you mean?
He's at Roxborough. They switched him to Roxborough.
Oh wow.
That's about something.
Why?
$2 too much.
Oh. Damn it. So who's the manager now?
Yolanda.
Yolanda.
They worked at the Roxborough store. When you starting your other ticker?
Whenever I get some downtime, man. The city been on.
Huh?
All right, got my wire hooked up. Let's try to hit it over, see what happens. I'm not sure the fuel system's working. Let's give it a little help though. All right, let me make sure it's firing. Which route I want to take? Let's put a plug in there. while we ain't got no fire, let's see if we got power going to the coil. I got current, so that's good. I got voltage going there. So. I mean, unless the plug was so fouled out that it wasn't showing any type of signs of firing. Running, so I don't need no fan. Let me clean this plug off. All right, I'm gonna give up on this firing because if I haven't seen any signs of fire yet, likely what's happening, there's a signal being generated going back to the computer. It's likely going to be a computer issue that is not sending. The relay is sitting in the car here, so likely if I'm not getting 12 volts going to the computer system, the computer can't then take the information that's getting sent out from the distributor and process that to send out that ground signal. So basically it can't take those waveforms from the VR sensors to utilize it as proper information to fire. So I'm going to go to the main relay first because that sends power to the computer. I'm gonna have to pull the wiring diagram because I cannot remember everything. I got Haynes manuals up here for Integra, so they should have the same wiring diagram, and see what's going to the computer. Probably do a jumper because I don't even hear the fuel pump coming on. The fuel pump's not even priming. So when I cut the switch on, the relay is supposed to click, prime the fuel pump, and then deactivate. So basically, if I don't hear any priming, that computer is not knowing what to do. It's dumb right now. So that's what's happening. So let's see what the main relay, if we got power. Generally on these, the yellow and black wires gonna be this power supply. So let me check that. So I'm not dumb, but I feel stupid after the fact because I'm like, okay, I know what needs to happen, but I just would have never suspected the worst case scenario. And it crossed my mind while I was diagnosing this. I'm like, you know what? What if? Just what if I'm not getting any signal from anything because of this, because of this. Yeah, this is why. Yeah, I might need a PCM. So I guess it's gonna be ongoing. When I get my computer in there, then we'll go from there. Figure out why this. I guess to continue on the saga of getting this thing to start up. But yeah, I ain't got no computer in here. No brain. This car's a vegetable. All right, let's see if we can get a computer. I'm gonna see if I have one sitting up there. I shouldn't, because these connectors don't look familiar. It's a 1.5 that go in here, so more than likely I'm gonna probably do a swap. I was hoping not to have to do that, but let me do a little planning, and let me call the customer back and get a little bit more of the story, and guess we can go from there. But at least we got some new parts, right? At least we figured out what was going on. I mean, we got a distributor, got some plugs in there, got some wires. It's progress, right? This ain't got a brain. Well, let me go to the drawing board. Like I said, this is one of my first swaps. I'm dealing with, and I was dreading, hoping I wouldn't have to convert this thing to OBD1 or have to do a great deal of wiring because it's just gonna put me back a lot further. I'm hoping there's probably a jumper harness for it. It would be great. However, project gonna be put on hold for a little bit until I figure out the PCM, what kind of PCM goes in here, and what needs to happen. All the sensors seem to be the same off of the Integra and everything bolt right up. So I'll figure it out. Keep you up.